Class 7th, Subject Mathematics. Chapter 5, Lines and Angles, Exercise 5.2. Like in the last exercise, we have discussed about the definitions of line, ray, line segment. Here we are going to see different types of lines, that is parallel line, perpendicular and intersecting line. Now coming up slide is showing you the figure of intersecting line. You can see that it is intersected, means a common point is there. Two lines are diverging there. In perpendicular lines, the point of intersection is exactly at 90 degree, and parallel lines are those lines that never meet, and the distance between the two always remains same at every place of time. Now let us see the parallel lines and transversal definition. Transversal. A transversal or a line that intersects two or more coplanar lines. Here coplanar means that two lines are lying in the same plane. Each at different point is a very useful line in geometry. Transversals tell us a great deal about angles as it intersects the line at two different points. Now let's see parallel lines. Parallel lines remain the same distance apart over the entire length. No matter how far you extend them, they will never meet. Now on the basis of these parallel lines, children, we are going to study about different angles that are made on these parallel lines. So different types of angles we are going to study. But before discussion of this different type of angles, we must know what are interior and exterior points of angles. An angle divides the point on the plane into three regions. Here you can see that in the interior points lying within the angle, that is F and R, are interior portion points. Then points lying on the angle, that is A, C and B, are on two different rays that can be easily seen in the figure. Points outside the angle are in the exterior portion of the angle, that is P, X and T, you can see in green. So here you can see the difference of color and area of the alphabet. So you can easily identify interior and exterior of the angles. Now let us see first type of angle, that is alternate interior angle. As interior means inside, and it is very important that to show interior angles we must have a clear knowledge of it. So let's see what does it defines. When two parallel lines are cut by a transversal, two pairs of angles on opposite sides of the transversal and inside the parallel lines, and the angles in each pair are congruent. Congruent here means equal, like you can see angle 5 and 6 that are marked on red line are equal, and similarly angles 7 and 8 are interior angles. Now you can see in this GIF that interior angles are marked yellow and green and blue and pink. Here we are talking about interior angles on the same side of the transversal. In the figure if you see, you can observe that two yellow dots are shown with naming of angle, that is D and F. These are interior angles on the same side of the transversal, children. It's not important that all these types of angles need to be mentioned on only parallel lines. In non-parallel lines also we can show these angles. Interior angles on the same side of the transversal are also referred to as consecutive interior angles or allied angles or co-interior angles. Remember children, co-interior angles. Further, many a times we simply use the word alternate angles for alternate interior angles. But for co-interior angles, we are going to show as it is shown as D and F and C and E. These both pairs you can consider as interior angles, co-interior angles. Now let's see vertically opposite angles, like we discussed earlier also in the previous video. Here I am going to give a recap of it. When a pair of lines intersect as shown in the figure below, four angles are formed: angle AOD and COB and angle AOC and BOD. These are vertically opposite angles. Now let's see alternate exterior angles, children. Exterior here means outside the line. Outside the line you can see that in the green opposite there are 46 degree angles outside, and 134 degree angles in red. These pairs are called as alternate exterior angles. It can be in the case of parallel as well as non-parallel lines. Now let's see corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are the pair of angles on the same side of the transversal and on the corresponding sides of the two other lines. These angles are equal in degree measure when two lines intersected by the transversal are parallel. It may help to draw the letter F forwards or backward in order to help identify corresponding angles. This method is shown in the next slide, children. Okay, so through the GIF it will be very clear to you how do we identify corresponding angles. See angle P and Q. On both the sides it applies. Now let's see question number 1. State the property that is used in each of the following statements. Number 1, if A is parallel to B, two lines are given as A and B, and then angle 1 is equal to angle 5. Second, if angle 4 is equal to angle 6, then A is parallel to B. If angle 4 plus angle 5 is equals to 180 degree, then A is parallel to B. Now let's see the answer. From the first property we can say that is corresponding angles. As I told you, above and below the same degrees of the angle are given, so it is corresponding angle. Second is alternate interior angles property. As I told you through definition as well as through GIF, I hope it will be clear till now. Interior angles on the same side of the transversal are supplementary, means their sum is 180 degree, like I told you about co-interior angles, children. So keep in mind that. Next question says, here are two parallel lines given and 8 angles. So they are saying identify accordingly. Number 1, the pairs of corresponding angles. By observing the figure, the pair of corresponding angles are 1 and 5, 4 and 8, angle 2 and 6, and angle 3 and 7. Children, make the symbol of angle very clearly and draw the figures in all the questions. Second, the pair of alternate interior angle. By observing the figure, the pair of alternate interior angles are 2 and 8 and 3 and 5. Third, the pair of interior angles on the same side of the transversal. Again, same type of question. By observing the figure, pair of interior angles on the same side of transversal are 2 and 5 and 3 and 8. And you can easily do once you understand the way of identifying the angles. Fourth part, they are asking the vertically opposite angles. By observing the figure again, we can say angle 1 and 3, angle 5 and 7, 2 and 4, and 6 and 8 are vertically opposite angles, children. Vertically opposite mostly make V on the opposite sides. Now in third question, P is parallel to Q. Find the unknown angles. Unknown angles here are A, B, C, D, E and F. So keeping in mind that E and F will be equal, A and C will be equal, D and B will be equal. So let's have a solution with the help of figure. Given P is parallel to Q and cut by transversal line. Because 125 degree plus E is equal to 180 degree, as we learnt about linear pair. So E is equal to 180 degree minus 125 degree. Value of E will be 55 degree. Definitely E is equal to F is equal to 55 degree because these are vertically opposite angles, and also A is equal to F is equal to 55 degree, alternate interior angles as we learnt before about it. Here A plus B is equal to 180 degree. Why? Because it's a linear pair. So value of V will be 180 minus 55 degree means 125 degree. Now A is equal to C is equal to 55 degree and B is equal to D is equal to 125 degree because these are vertically opposite angles, so all the values are found here. Now question number 4. Find the value of X in each of the following figure if L is parallel to M. Here two parts are given, children. And if you can see that one angle as 110 degree is given in the first figure, in the second figure 180 is given, and the value of X to be identified. See the first part given. L is parallel to M and T is the transversal line. Interior vertically opposite angle between lines L and T is equal to 110 degree. Therefore, 110 degree plus X is equal to 180 degree because supplementary angles. The value of X will be 180 minus 110, it will be 70 degree. Now in second part, as the value of X will be 100 as it is a corresponding angle. Now question number 5. In the given figure, the arms of two angles are parallel and angle ABC is equal to 70 degrees given. Then find angle DGC and angle DEF. Let's see the solution with the help of figure only. So angle DGC, given AB is parallel to DE and BC is the transversal we are taking, right? So angle ABC is equal to 70 degree, angle ABC is equal to DGC. These are corresponding angles, so the value of angle DGC is equal to 70 degree. In second part, it's given that BC is parallel to EF and DE is the transversal line. So DGC is equal to 70 degree. Because angle DGC is equal to angle DEF, as these are corresponding angles, so the value of therefore angle DEF is equal to 70 degree. This we have substituted from equation 1. Very easy it is, children. Try to observe and understand how to place the values of the angles. Question 6. In the figure below, decide whether L is parallel to M or no. Now we have to prove this, okay, with the help of given figures. There are 4 figures we are going to solve one by one, right? So co-interior angles are given. We are going to check whether the sum of these 126 and 44 is 180. No, it is 170. So L is not parallel to M because sum of interior opposite angles should be 180 degree, right? Second part, we are going to add 75 plus 75. It makes 150 only. Again, M is not parallel to L or L is not parallel to M because sum of angle does not obey the property of parallel lines. Now third part, 57 plus 123, again it is making 180 degrees. So L is parallel to M due to supplementary angle property of parallel lines. Now in fourth part, 98 degree plus 72 degree makes 170 degree. Therefore, L is not parallel to M because sum of angle does not obey the property of parallel lines. So exercise is over, children. Thank you and have a nice day. Draw the figures neatly and do your work in the sequence. God bless you all.